What's up? What's up, y'all? I'm here. I'm here. I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in. YouTube, rock with me. Rock with me. Okay, we tapped in. We everywhere. We everywhere. The Instagram live. Everything is live now. We should be good to go. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Make sure we rocking, y'all. Okay, we everywhere we need to be. We everywhere we need to be. I got the link in the comments if y'all want to tap into that. If y'all want to tap into this conversation, y'all can tap in. Y'all don't got to keep I respond in the comments, y'all, because it improves my engagement. It improves my engagement. Speaking, it improves my engagement. So that's why I talk in the comments. Okay, so we good. Everything live. If you on Facebook, I'm tapped in with you on Facebook. The way the software works, sometimes I can't see the comments from Facebook, but I can see them now. I'm tapped in. I'm gonna tap in on my phone. What's up? What's up, y'all? It's JP to the. If you are not following me on YouTube, it is Chosen One Jackpot. Follow that YouTube channel, y'all. That's where most of the action at. Let me get to this YouTube. Most of the action is on YouTube, y'all. That's where you want to be at. Trust me. Now, these subscribers going up. We at 1.3, 1.4 right now. But we getting there, y'all. All right. So I don't want to hold y'all up all day. I'm not trying to make these lives like 2, 3 hours long and all of that. That ain't my point. I want to get my point across, and then I want to get the hell up out of here, y'all. So that's all I'm focused on, right? And a lot of people have asked me about this conversation between Cuffy's nephew. Shout out to whoever running their page, man. The Cuffy page. They stay in my comments and I respond back. One thing you're not gonna do is try to bully me. I don't care who you are. I don't think nobody tougher than me. If you familiar with me, man, I've been through hell. I'm not worried about whatever. It's not a problem. Don't let the glasses fool you. It is not a problem. So you not running me off. I'm not that person. But the truth is one. The truth is one. And it doesn't matter how you cover the truth up. It don't matter how you sauce it up and season it up. The truth is one. And I've listened to this conversation once or twice. Let's just say once or twice. And nothing new is produced in this conversation. So Bebe, who is I guess somebody that's respected in St. Louis, I don't know him from a can of paint, but I guess his Cuffy nephew. And he get on the phone with folks who Dugg and Big Meech. And he tried to press Big Meech about why Meech didn't sign this affidavit. If you are not familiar with this affidavit is supposed to allow the case to be dropped and Cuffy to come home and whatever, whatnot. So he asked Meech, this supposed to be your man's why you ain't sign this affidavit and bring him home. What people fail to realize is Meech is still in federal custody today. I don't have to sign anything for you. I don't have to give you an explanation. I don't have to do anything because I am still in federal custody and I can still have my good time taken back. I can still have a lot of repercussions that people who are not in federal custody don't have. I don't owe you guys an explanation. And during the conversation, they're yelling, well, you owe the streets. I don't owe you guys anything, especially not right now when I am still in federal custody. I don't owe you guys anything. If my lawyer is telling me not to say anything, then I'm not going to say anything. So for the people that saying, well, Meech is quiet, Meech don't have to explain nothing, like he said in the phone conversation. The paperwork is all the explanation you need. Is nothing in the paperwork that tell you that I did anything against Cuffy. Is nothing in the paperwork that says I'm hot, I cooperated, I did anything to go against the ethics of the streets. And you get these people who are they have already locked in or whatever their opinion is, and they don't want to hear anything else. And this stream is not for y'all. So let's talk about the affidavit and what led up to Cuffy's lawyer sending Meech this affidavit. So there was a whole lot of stuff going on before the alleged cooperation. When I say alleged, I'm only talking about Meech's cooperation. I'm not talking about Tammy Cowan. She is a rat, a snake, and everything else in between. I'm not talking about her cooperation. It is clear that she was working with them people, and she probably still working with them people. So y'all watch out. But Meech's cooperation is alleged. So before that, you have to realize these people were not you know, casual acquaintances. These were people who were very familiar with each other. And even before Bebe get on the phone with Meech, he told folks who you know, he know who I am. Just say Bebe on the phone. You know, he familiar with me or whatnot. So this go to show you that Meech is familiar with him because Meech didn't say who the hell is Bebe or what, you know, what he want to talk about. The conversation started off pretty civil. Like the first 30 seconds was civil. And I didn't feel like Meech was running from the conversation until the conversation turned into something that could implicate him, right? He didn't want to implicate himself. So once the conversation turned into something that could implicate him, he was like, "No, I don't, this ain't it." And you could tell that whatever Bebe and Dugg had worked out before the call was made, Bebe did not stick to that because Dugg kept saying, "Man, this ain't what we were supposed to talk about. We had a whole different type of conversation we were supposed to have." And Bebe stuck to whatever he stuck to. So this is what's happening on Cuffy's end, right? On Cuffy end, they are trying to press Meech into signing this affidavit that they believe will bring Cuffy home. And Meech is not trying to have a conversation about this affidavit, and rightfully so. So I want to converse about what led up to all of this and why I wouldn't have anything to do with Cuffy if I was Big Meech. So you see Cuffy's family playing this, oh, we were brothers role. Even when Bebe, this your man's. Why you didn't bring your man's? Why you can't bring your man's home? This your man's. Why you wouldn't sign the affidavit to bring your man's home? What y'all have to realize is even if Meech put the word in and said, look, man, go ahead, connect, we gonna make a couple dollars. Cuffy ran off on the plug again. Cuffy ran off on the plug again. This obviously wasn't the first time. And then he did it again when Tammy Cowan hooked him up with a federal agent. After they introduced him to another woman and she connected him to a quote unquote plug that was really a federal agent, Cuffy ran off on him too. Cuffy ran off on the plug twice. He ran off on the plug twice. So let's say the first time that Meech allegedly made the connection, Meech's head was on the line. Cuffy didn't care. He ran off with whatever the drugs was. He ran off. So for you to try to play on the heartstrings and say, oh, my brother, this is supposed to be your brother. I don't know Bebe from a can of paint, but he is lacking his understanding of the paperwork, first of all, and then of how the streets work, second of all. Maybe this Fed time is getting to these boys' head because if I introduce you to somebody that you consider a plug, they obviously have some connections. That's what a plug is, a connect. So if I introduce you to somebody and you run off with the work, you don't care about me or them because just as easy as I connected you to them, they can connect somebody to me and get my head knocked off. So if you run on a plug that I tapped you in with, whatever relationship we had before that is null and void because you shown that you have no type of understanding of what could be done to me. And if you do, then you don't care. You don't care. If I introduce you to anybody and you do anything sideways to them in the streets, then you're showing that you don't care about my well being. So, why do I need to sign anything for you to bring more heat upon me when you have shown me that you are not only not my brother, you are my enemy? You are my enemy. You are not my brother. You a slime ball. If you would run off on anybody that I connected you with, you don't care about me or my well being or my family or anything else. Because if I was able to connect you with these people from prison, then these people obviously care a little bit about me and they are going off of my word. If your word is as good as my word, then we straight. But when you take your word and you throw me under the guillotine, why do I need to put my neck on the line to save you? What make you feel like I should put the heat on me to sign an affidavit for you? You tripping. So, baby, what makes you think I owe Cuffy a signature, which will bring additional heat on me? They have this affidavit posted on Cuffy's Instagram page, and it's a basic affidavit. It's not nothing that technically will send Meech to prison, but it's still something that'll bring the heat on me, and I don't owe you that. Once you run off on a plug and do what you doing, I still gotta walk around the yard. It's no telling who that man can get in contact with and say, look, man, we need to get him up out of there. But y'all not talking about this aspect of it because y'all are the type of people that'll do something wrong to somebody and then blame them for how they react. It doesn't matter how upset Baby is or Cuffy is or his daughter is or whoever else is. There is nothing implicating Big Meech in whatever Tammy Cowan did. So if you read the paperwork is clear. If you can read paperwork that she attempted to get Big Meech out. And it was only a question. It was not a deal worked out. It was only a question. They offered her money and she said, well, can I get Demetrius Flannery a time cut? And they said, we can talk about it. That's it. That's it. That was the gist of that conversation. The only other time Big Meech's name is in the paperwork is when they said, she said, or she did say that he set up the phone call between Suarez and Cuffy. And then she retracted on that and said, he didn't do that. I set it up. But we don't know what really happened. We don't know what truth is the truth when you're dealing with a snake. She can say anything. We really don't know. So when when people when people have an idea of something and they are already locked into that, it's hard to get them to understand something else. But if you are not able to read paperwork, you should not be commenting on paperwork because you don't know how this go one way or another one. I read paperwork. Once again, those are my let me see which way I need to turn. Those are my paralegal books back there. I read the paperwork. I'm telling you, there's nothing implicating Big Meech in this. It's just Cuffy and his family going on a whole YouTube and podcast parade and talking about this man and dogging this man, right? And I don't have to come to Big Meech's defense. He got whoever he got on his side. What I'm trying to explain to people is that character is character. So when you see somebody like Cuffy, you a hot boy. You a hot boy. Whatever happened, you did a bunch of hot stuff. You running off on a plug. You only came this way because you needed a plug. I seen his daughter on an interview a week or two ago, maybe, and she was talking about, well, he was doing Big Meech a favor because Big Meech said he needed a couple dollars. He may have. He may have. But if you ran off on a plug, did Meech ever get the couple dollars? They are trying to make this seem like this man was doing something legal. And Meech reached out to him and said, hey, I need you to shoot a move for me. I got X, Y, Z. That's crazy to me. And you ran off with the money and the drugs. You ran off with the money and the drugs. And then you're dealing with Tammy and you're trying to make it like, oh, Meech set me up. Meech did this, Meech did that. But you weren't set up from the beginning. You got yourself set up because you ran off on the plug. The DEA sold you drugs after you ran off on the plug. You don't know what Tammy's situation was. You don't know how she felt. She a snake. She may have felt like you guys have already done something to witnesses. That's why you're in there because something happened to some witnesses. They dropped the case on you. We're not trying to uh, go all into the case, but they dropped the murder charges and made them something else, and you ended up pleading out to the guns. But something happened to witnesses already. Maybe she got scared and said, no, 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 I got to set this guy up because the feds who reached out to her didn't initially reach out to her about setting you up. You walked into a case because you are who you are. You tried to press the woman out of her rights to BMF and Big Meech, and then you start pressing her about a plug, and she was tired of you, so she sicked the feds on you. But you blaming Meech without proper evidence. If you had the evidence, it is what it is. Right now, it's a bunch of assumptions. So Bebe is sending all of these aggressive ass threats to somebody without any type of evidence. There's no evidence saying that this man knew what she was doing. There's no evidence that said this man sent her to do it. There's no evidence that said this man agreed with her doing it. It's no evidence of any of that. The only time you see this man's name in this paperwork is when this woman asked if she can get him a time cut. Nothing was said. And this was on a phone call that was an incoming phone call. So it's not like she reached out to the feds and said, hey, I want to get Demetrius Flannery a time cut. They called her because she cooperated in another case against a guy that she was already dealing with because he was laundering money through her and she was trying to get the feds off of her behind and get them back on his. And you can look that case up. She ended up sending him money and everything. She is a weirdo. So she sent that man to jail and they was like, look, the officer that you dealt with while you were dealing with that case has retired. And I wanted to know if you can help me because we have these foreigners, these Mexicans, cartel guys or whatever, they have all of this drug money and they need to launder it. And we want to use you to set these guys up. And she asked, well, if I do that, can I get Big Meech out? They were trying to give her money, and she was like, look, can I get dude out? And they were like, we can talk about that. They did not even have the authority to make that deal. So there was no deal made. Obviously, the deal wasn't made because she started getting paid for being an informant. This is what you got to realize from the paperwork. So everything else that's coming from Cuffy and his family is all assumptions. And they're trying to pressure Meech into signing this affidavit and making it like it's keeping it real. I don't owe you anything when you left my head to get cut off, if that's the situation. Even if Tammy set it up and Meech didn't set it up, it's still on my chest. No matter what, it's still Meech's head on a guillotine, but you did not care. You ran off. You ran off. Most definitely. Most definitely. So back to the conversation that was had, right? If y'all got comments or y'all want to join in, I'm telling you, the link is already in the comments. You can click that link and I will bring you into the conversation and we can have this conversation. Other than that, if you comment, I will bring it on the screen if it pop up. A lot of the Facebook comments don't pop up, y'all. So if y'all want to get in the conversation, just come to the YouTube channel and we can talk about it. So I got this comment up right now and it says he tried to get raw with Meech, and Meech was like, read the paperwork, dummy. This is what happened when Bebe was on the phone with Fotu Dugg and Meech. So Bebe was, trying to be aggressive. And maybe you are aggressive. Maybe see what people think that just because you in the streets, you are, this type of person. We don't know. Right? We don't know. Just because you're in the streets don't mean you tough. And Bebe, I don't know Bebe. He may be a tough guy. It's different type of it's different type of people in the streets. If you ever if you ever had any passings with me in the streets, I'm not the aggressive person. You right? I'm not this overly aggressive street person. Ain't nobody did nothing to me because I handle my business when it's time to handle my business. But I'm not the person that's walking around thumping on my chest, overly aggressive. Oh, I want to fight. Boom, 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 boom. You don't want to see me angry. I'm not that person. Maybe Bebe is that person. Maybe he is the muscle. I don't know. I didn't take the time to go and research who he was. Obviously, he's Cuffy's nephew, and Meech was familiar with him because he took the call. So maybe you are that person. So you trying to be overly aggressive, and that still don't make you right. Read the paperwork. You can be overly aggressive and still be wrong, and you can still be a dummy. Read the paperwork. It's nothing in this paperwork. And I said this the very first time that I went live. There is nothing in any of the paperwork that's available to us right now that says Demetrius Flannery cooperated. Nothing. And it's been months and nothing has came out. In fact, it's been years and none of this has came out. All you get is a whole smear campaign from Blue, Cuffy, Cuffy detractors, whoever, I don't know, all these people that, oh my God, oh, real is real. And then you got people that's assuming because Meech is not saying anything that he's wrong. Nah, he is still in federal custody and everything is on the line. Nobody comes home, get a taste of freedom, and want to run back to the federal institution. So I don't owe you anything. And that's what he was telling, dog. I don't owe you no explanation. Anybody with real sense gonna understand what's going on. I don't owe you an explanation. And I don't owe you any type of commitment or any type of brotherhood alliance because your man's ran off on the plug. If it was a real play, he left my head on the guillotine. Ain't no brotherhood in that. Dog a slime ball. Dog a slime ball. And it's nothing. If you run across the internet, some of the people that I talk to that know his brother, rest in peace to his brother Magic. And I've talked to people and they like dog is a slime ball. They loved Magic. They say Cuffy is a slime ball. So at the end of the day, when we talking about character, this man is putting a battery in y'all back, baby, whoever else. You can be mad. That's your uncle. But what's real is real. He's saying if Cuffy was hot, I'ma say, yeah. If Meech was hot, I say Meech was hot. Meech ain't my uncle, but I say Meech is hot. If Meech was hot, I'ma say you hot, bro. But y'all going on this smear campaign and you got all of these other podcasters that's pumping this up and they don't have any proof. But the story is Meech is this. What y'all fail to realize is there are a lot of real gangsters that did a lot of what Meech did. You had some guys that made a whole lot of money in the streets. A whole lot of money and they famous. You got guys like Alpo. You got guys like Nicky Barnes. They made a whole movie out of Frank Lucas. Them boys hot. They hot. Them boys cooperated and they found different reasons to say why they cooperated. But you get somebody like Meech who stood strong. Right now, there is nothing that says he is anything other than who he says he is. The media don't want you to see that. The feds don't want you to see that. Nobody wants you to see anybody that stood up to anything. If you think about it, this is the same concept that has been going on since way back when. Way back when. If you just think of the movies, how many movies of slave revolts actually or reach the top of uh the top of the charts? How many of these, man, listen, it's been some good slave revolt movies. They don't want to tell you about Denmark Vesey in school. They don't want you to learn about nothing like that. They don't want you to learn about anybody that went against anything that they stood for. And it's the same thing in the streets. They want you to see 6ix9ine. The bigger he is, the more people gonna say, well, he didn't get killed. Well, nothing happened to him. Nothing happened to him. So of course they want you to have somebody like Meech, and they can say, well, Meech cooperated. So if he cooperated, the police would have already told you he cooperated. I've seen federal agents be interviewed and said, nah, man, it's nothing that we never heard dog ever did, nothing like that. I'm telling you, if it was anything that he did, they would be glad to say, yeah, man, y'all believe in this hype, man, dog, the whole police. Dog, the whole police. And it wouldn't just be one of them. They will gladly tell you that the man y'all looking up to ain't who y'all think he is. They will gladly do that. So when you see somebody like Bebe, when you see somebody like Bebe, and Bebe is doing all of this, they going on a whole podcast run, and Cuffy daughter and all these people. I don't know who running this page. They stay on my page commenting. They stay on my page commenting on whatever I'm doing on my Instagram. Listen, I don't care about none of that. Y'all wrong. Now, if something came out and y'all could prove it, that's one thing. But y'all just guesstimating and y'all making all of these assumptions and y'all dragging a man name through the mud with nothing but assumptions. That's crazy to me. And it's nothing street about it. It's nothing street about it. If you have any type of proof, you should have put that out first and let that be. So what happened was y'all put out this weak ass paperwork and y'all thought that people was going to read this paperwork and not have the understanding that somebody like me has. And y'all thought that we was going to jump on the bandwagon and just, oh, Meech hot, Meech name on here, Meech this, Meech that. Y'all didn't even understand that this paperwork really cleared him. This Frank's hearing stuff y'all put out really cleared him. But y'all don't understand that because y'all already got your mind made up that he has wronged Cuffy, who is a slime ball. Cuffy is a slime ball. He ran off on a plug, and that's the reason why he ended up asking Tammy, stop. Meech did not reach out to him and say, hey, I need some money, do X, Y, Z. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. The man is a slime ball. He needed a plug. And once he ran off on that plug, he needed another plug. And that plug ended up being the feds. That plug ended up being the feds. Suarez ended up in the middle of y'all BS, but that plug that came after Suarez ended up being the feds. And you ran off on them the first time and they gave you more drugs. You are a slime ball. Cuffy's a slime ball. So why would anybody just say, well, if Cuffy say he hot, then he must be hot? Man, that guy character is flawed. His character flawed. And he probably hate Meechy guts. That's why he ran off the first time. He didn't care if they killed Meech in there. He didn't care. All he cared about was what was beneficial to him. That's all he cared about. So once you show that, then I don't owe you no type of loyalty. I don't owe you anything. I don't have to sign anything for you. I don't have to put my neck on the line for anything that you feel like you deserve because you've already shown me that we not operating on the same principles. I don't owe you anything. So when you watch these videos and you see these podcasters and they not covering the story in its entirety and they're just taking their shots at Meech and they got these guys like Bebe and whoever else and Cuffy and whoever else and they're taking these interviews and they got these interviews recycling the same information, talking about the same paperwork that has nothing to do with Meech being hot. These people are, they grasping at straws. They hoping that anything will fall. Listen, man. Who cares? Y'all recorded a whole conversation and nothing in that conversation makes any type of difference. What was the point of putting that conversation out? What did y'all hope would result from that conversation going public? 4-2 ain't wrong, man. Dugg ain't wrong. Dugg ain't wrong, man. We don't gotta side with y'all because y'all said something, nigga. You a slime ball. I don't gotta side with you because you felt a certain way. I don't gotta side with your daughter, side with your nephew because you felt a certain way, and you already proved to me that you don't care about what I got going on. You a slime ball. I don't gotta sign nothing for you. Y'all thought the streets was gonna press him into signing some affidavit like that's keeping it real. I don't owe you nothing. Get out like I got out. Get it out like I got it out. Handle your business. Handle your business. Some of the podcasters are already turning away. What y'all thought was gonna happen is not happening. Some of the people who were full-fledged, oh, Meech Hot, they are already apologizing. It is nothing in that paperwork that said that man cooperated. Then you got somebody like the Jake dude, Jake 1090. Listen, bro. Listen, bro, you just doing anything, man. You posting all of this BS, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Y'all saying the same thing, which is a bunch of nothing, man. Y'all saying the same thing, which is a bunch of nothing. So when 4-2 say, dog, show me where dog, bro, and then or leave me alone, bro. And y'all still ain't shown nothing because the paperwork don't say that the man is hot. Whoever running Cuffy page on there, commenting back and forth with me, I said, listen, bro, well, you should have just asked. I said, well, you should have just sent it. They said, no, you gonna wait for it like everybody else. Wait for what? What am I waiting for? Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. For real, drop it. Whatever you got, drop it. If you drop it and it's something that's convincing, I'm going to eat my words. I don't listen, I don't even have to eat my words because I've been clear from day one that whatever is available to us now does not implicate Big Meech. I don't have to eat my words. If you put something else out there and I see it or I hear it and I say, okay, well, now I gotta, revisit this. I'll revisit it. Right now, y'all just on a smear campaign, and that's terrible. That's terrible. I seen somebody say they was a street dude, and they were, well, you know how this go. No, 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 I don't. I don't. I've read probably hundreds of people's paperwork, probably hundreds, at least a few dozen. And if you hot, you hot. Now, what happens sometimes is that people may not be hot in the feds. They may be hot on a state case or hot on something else, and you can get fake paperwork. Yes, you can. But what I'm saying is they have already confirmed that what is out is the real paperwork and it does not implicate Demetrius Flannery. Y'all gotta stop it, man. Y'all gotta stop it. Shout out to 42 Dugg for sticking to what he's sticking to, man. Real is real. Prove your case or shut up. You think because you 50 Cent, we gotta side with you? I don't gotta side with you. Who are you, bro? You human. You can be wrong just like anybody else. Especially when you that close and you got whatever you got tied into it. Man, send whatever else you got, man. Whatever else you got. Put it out. It's losing traction, bro. Y'all thought that this was gonna be something that ends, dog, but it's not. It's losing traction. And although 50 Cent jumped ship, you see dog with more money. Now he with a bigger bag. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather, Royce, and them guys, man. Y'all, you think that because you trying to smear a guy, like that's the worst thing that you can call that man, other than him being a boy or a pedophile, is to call that man a rat, especially when somebody has built a reputation on staying solid. And y'all had a little steam a couple weeks ago, but y'all steam running out. Some of the people who sided with y'all have already seen the light and said, "Oh no, this makes sense. This makes sense." And then for 50 Cent to have all of this opinion about a rat and be over there talking about a documentary he's doing with a known informant is crazy. That's crazy to me. And people act like that's okay. Like, yeah, man, but listen, bro, if you felt the way you feel a way, it's gonna be that way. It's gonna be the way. But you see where the bigger bag at. You done sucked all the juice out of BMF. Now you want to go run with this story. And that's crazy to me. right? That's crazy to me, right? I just wanted to address that, y'all. I ain't gonna be here all night, man. It's Sunday. I got some other things to do, and I want to watch me some basketball today. But I wanted to get on here and talk about that because a few people asked me, man, have you heard the phone call? And I wanted to get on here and address this phone call. It was nothing new on his phone call. Whoever Bebe is, Cuffy nephew, he felt like he was gonna press Meech into saying something. And why are you recording this, man? I'm on federal probation. Why are you recording anything with me on the phone, bro? Y'all tripping, man. Y'all playing police games. Y'all calling somebody hot and playing police games, man. Y'all tripping, man. Don't record me doing nothing. Ain't no telling what I would have said. Now, who wrong, man? You jumped on here trying to be all aggressive, man. You don't go on about your business. What you want me to say, nigga? I'll kill you. I don't know what you want me to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm on federal probation. Y'all and y'all tripping. Y'all recording phone calls. That's crazy to me, man. This is a crazy attempt at all kind of bad attention, bro. Then y'all claiming y'all real. If we having a real conversation, what we recording it for? Y'all doing everything for attention, man. Y'all calling this man the police for attention. We didn't know who Bebe was or Cuffy, all that. Nobody wasn't talking about you, my guy. That's what's wrong. You in there feeling away. You in there feeling away. Then you just running with a whole rat train, blew a rat. You running with a whole rat train. Anybody that's giving you a platform, you running with it. And this don't make you look no better. Y'all running out of steam, man. That was a crazy phone call, man, especially to be recorded. But at the end of the day, nothing was different. Nothing was different. Meech don't owe you no explanation, me no explanation, and nobody else, especially when he on federal probation. And Meech definitely don't owe Cuffy no loyalty when he ran off on a plug and left his head on the guillotine. You don't know what a person reaction gonna be. It don't matter if you run off with one of them, three of them, five of them, 20 of them, 1,000 of them. Anybody that's dealing with respect gonna come for your head, even if it's just that much. You don't know what you lining me up for. I don't owe you no loyalty. You a weirdo. You a weirdo. You not my brother. You not my brother. If I tell my brother, look, man, I got something going on and you sent me under the gun, you not my brother. I don't owe you anything. He don't owe Bebe a conversation, an explanation, or nothing else. Your uncle a slime ball. Talk to your uncle. Talk to your uncle. Y'all recording conversations. I don't owe y'all nothing. Now we don't never gotta talk. We don't never gotta talk. What is you talking about, man? Y'all going through all of this stuff for nothing, man. You got y'all going on a whole smear campaign. I'm talking about years of smearing somebody's name with no proof. Years of smearing somebody's name because you making assumptions. And you not the sharpest tool in the shed, especially if you the one that recorded the conversation. You ain't no smarter than your uncle. You ain't no smarter than your uncle. What you trying to set me up? You trying to hold a conversation with me so you can get your uncle out? I'm confused, man. Who was recording these phone calls, man? Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all playing police games in the streets, man. Your uncle tripping. What make him think I'm gonna sign an affidavit and you getting indicted or you indicted already? You crazy, man. You don't get this paperwork out my face. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all going through a whole bunch of nothing, man. Cuffy and Bebe give out police vibes. Y'all know this man still in custody. He's still at the halfway house. And then he say Cuffy was driving Blue Bentley in 2013 with Tammy. And that's in the paperwork. Listen, man, it's definitely a setup. It's a setup. What they trying to do is they trying to stir the water up, hoping that Meech say something and that they can use that to bring Cuffy home. This is all a ploy. they're hoping that me say, "Man, I ain't set nothing up. I ain't did such and such." Woo, woo, woo. And they can say, "Look, even in his own words, he's saying blah blah blah." Y'all couldn't get him to sign the affidavit. Now y'all want him to say something publicly so y'all can record it and go back. Well, y'all not even tripping on him being publicly. Y'all just want him to say something. Obviously, if y'all recording phone conversations, y'all want him to say something so y'all can use it to get Cuffy home. Man, listen, Cuffy got to fight his case, bro. Cuffy got to fight his case. He fighting against Tammy, not Meech. Fight your case, my guy. You doing all these podcasts, my guy. You got 27 years, bro. Get back. Get back, my guy. You trying to pressure Meech into signing the paperwork when you need to get back, my guy. You feel like this will get you back, but I don't owe you nothing, man. Meechy don't owe you nothing. You a hot boy. You a hot boy. You ran off on a plug like you some young dog, man. You tripping. You running off with the work. You tripping, bro. I don't owe you nothing. Meech don't owe you nothing. Not a conversation, not an explanation, nothing. Nothing, man. You, your family, everybody else, they getting all these interviews and they on this smear campaign. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be null and void because anybody with sense can see y'all just on a smear campaign. Anybody with sense can see y'all up to no good. That's what all of this is about. You feel like me signing this affidavit will let you free. So you want to stir up the water and hope that you can come around to it the back end and say, look, all you got to do is sign this paperwork. You begging, man. You begging. And he don't owe you nothing. He don't owe you nothing. And after this is all done, you going to look like a fool because now they bringing up your cases. Now they bringing up your old cases and why you didn't get some time. They want to know why you had all of this work before and didn't get no real time. That's what they want to know. Your character is flawed, my guy. Your family can do all of this Instagramming, YouTube fighting, podcasting that they want to do, man. That's all they want to do, man. That's all they want to do. They want to smear this man's name and drag it through the mud with no evidence. You gotta get some evidence. And anybody that's really in the streets or really been in the streets to understand that you can't run around smearing nobody's name without evidence, man. Yeah, Tammy Cowan was a whole rat. Whether Meech want to dog her in public or cut himself off from her in public, that's his business, y'all. That's his business. Obviously, she mad, so she is cut off. Obviously, she mad. But whatever he want, if he don't have to say anything about that woman in public, especially not when he is on federal probation, man. Y'all tripping, bruh. Y'all playing streets. A lot of these guys, they think even if you got guys that swear they been in the streets, but you ain't learned the game like you supposed to. Cause you in here talking about your uncle and whatever. Meech don't owe him nothing. He ran off on a plug. He ran off on whatever happened. Tammy set it up. Meech set it up. Who cares? He ran off and dog head could have been on the guillotine and he did not care. I don't owe you nothing. This was really in the streets, man. I survived 20 something years in the streets, 13 years in the penitentiary because I understand the rules, y'all. I understand the rules and I play by them wholeheartedly. That's why I'm able to do what I'm doing now and not worry about something. I'm not worried about anything because I played the rules the way that they were supposed to be played. I played that game exactly the way that it was supposed to be played. So when I bowed out, I didn't bow out owing nobody money. I didn't bow out with nobody on my head because I robbed them. I didn't bow out owing nobody any type of explanation because I handle my business. So I can sit on this podcast and speak my mind and not worry about somebody coming on here and saying anything about me because I handle my business. And it's a lot of guys that can't say that. It's a lot of guys that can't say that. They can't say that. It's a lot of these guys that's doing this podcasting now because they can't go back to their hood, because they don't have no respect, because they owe somebody, because they told on somebody, because they robbed somebody. I'm in Southwest like it's a picnic. It's a picnic. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all out here throwing dirt on somebody without evidence, and y'all think that everybody's supposed to side with that. Y'all crazy. If you side with that, you crazy too. You crazy. If you let somebody tell you that dog wrong for not responding to him, I'm in federal custody. I don't got to respond to you. And you indicted and your lawyer sending me paperwork. You think I'm supposed to sign something? Maybe I would have signed if you did not run off on a plug and leave my head to be. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. It's real out here. It's real out here. Do you think I'm going to let you introduce me to somebody and then say, man, I ain't paying them nothing, and then call you my brother? And call you my brother and talk about what we've been through and how close we should have been? Y'all crazy. The people that's interviewing these dummies is crazy, bro. I wouldn't dare let you come on my platform talking about that man owed him some loyalty and he ran off. Why y'all ain't asking that question? What kind of loyalty do he owe him? And you ran off on whoever set it up. You ran off with my name on the line. You ran off on the plug with my name on the line, and I owe you some type of loyalty? Where I'm supposed to put myself behind a gun because you hot? Y'all tripping, man. Cuffy family gotta chill out, man. Y'all doing all of this social media slander and propaganda for nothing, man. Dog gonna have to get back, man. Meech don't owe him no type of loyalty. He don't got to sign nothing for dog, man. Ain't no, man, we not about to roll with you because you 50 Cent. You wrong, bro. Shout out to 42 Dugg again, man. You wrong, bro. Give us something we can stand on. Or shut up. Or shut up. This ain't about Detroit or St. Louis. This about real. This about real, man. You gotta be crazy, man. For real, man. You gotta be crazy, man. Nah, man, I ain't saying nothing. No knives came at Meech, bro. Yeah, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing happened to Meech, man. I'm just saying if whoever made the connection, whether it was Meech, whether it was Tammy, whatever, whoever made the connection, my name is still on the line. Meech's name was still on the line. Why would you do anything that would jeopardize my life and then call me your brother because you need me? That's crazy, man. This what happens when people get on here and don't really understand anything about life, man. Y'all making these videos and y'all ain't really been in the streets to understand how this really work. So all y'all doing is feeling sorry for somebody because they giving y'all a sob story. Cuffy playing on the heartstrings and giving this sob story. Bro, that sob, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. Your story not adding up. Your story not adding up, and the paperwork do not corroborate whatever you trying to say dog did to you. For real, y'all. That's as real as it gets, y'all. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer, man. If y'all got any questions, I can answer them, man. Other than that, I'm gonna get up out this thing, man. I'm gonna get up out this thing, man. I'm not gonna sit on here all night. Like I said, I want to watch me some basketball. For real. You know what I'm saying? As real as it get, man. I ain't trying to be that person that's like, oh man, you think oh you ride with me? Nah, bro. If it come out, something, something surfaces and it say, hey, dog ain't right. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be right on here like dog ain't right. I read it, I seen it, I heard it, whatever the situation is, I'm gonna tell you, man, dog ain't right. But right now, I'm gonna go live anytime something new happened. This phone call gave me some content, so I'm here. I'm not just freestyling, y'all. If something new happens, I'll jump on here and go live, y'all. But nobody had questions, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. If you are not following me on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Is the link is in the comments, and we gonna get this channel monetized. I'm trying to build it up, y'all. That's why I'm doing these lives. I'm trying to get it together. My guy, Black Collar Six. I keep giving him a shout out because he gave me a whole pep talk first. And then it took us a few months to get everything together. And we sat down last week and he walked me through everything, man. He walked me through everything about this YouTube stuff. And I want to make sure we come on here and get live. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and I'm definitely gonna stay silent, y'all.